I think this afternoon, when we were in East Belfast earlier, it was really talking about healing and moving forward. And here, where we were tonight in West Belfast, there's a lot of pain still. I mean, you're talking about family members that lost wives and children and fathers, and so there's still a lot of pain, and there's still a lot of questions they want answered. And I think throughout the whole conflict up here in the north of Ireland, there's a lot of unanswered questions. And you know, for me, I think as mayor of the city of Boston, to come to be here today, and also everything I've done this far, just to make sure that to perceive two sides of the conflict, making sure that I'm listening to both sides.
Talk to, you know, when you grew up in an Irish-speaking household, you grew up with two parents from Ireland. What was the conflict? How was it addressed and talked about in your home?
I mean, really, it wasn't talked a lot about in the home. What I remember as a child, as a younger kid, was in the 70s, the hunger strikers, and you know, it was covered on Boston news and national news, and there was a lot of discussions around what they went on a hunger strike for their cause, and their cause was for a united Ireland and peace in the north. So I certainly was aware that that was going on, but it wasn't really discussed that much because, you know, in the South, there's not. Sometimes it depends on where you are. There's not a lot of discussion about what's happening up here. Although the fact that during the hunger strike days, it was one of those times that people were paying attention because people were giving their life for the country, you know, by refusing to eat and dying that way. So it's you know, Ireland has a very sad history in a lot of cases. Whether you go back to 1916 at the General Post Office, GPO, leading right up to the 70s and 80s, and then the peace accord came in, and you know, the families here have a legitimate issue with the peace accord. You know, they're moving forward in a lot of different fronts, but there's still a lot of unanswered questions. You know, if I had a family member that had been murdered, I certainly would want to understand what happened and at least some investigation going on. I think the families here made it perfectly clear that they hadn't felt justice.